Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Watch Natalie, spelled Natalee. I am here to do your daily reading, your general daily reading for tomorrow, which is Friday, July 6th, 2019. Now keep in mind that time spirals, okay? It goes like this. So what does that mean for energy? It means that you can resonate with this reading at the time that I'm publishing it tomorrow, July 5th, or whenever you're guided to watch the video. So that could be 3 years from now or 3 months from now. Whenever you're guided to view this video, this recorded reading is when you're meant to hear these messages. And remember that it is general, so any sign can resonate with what I'm about to read for you, okay? Okay. I'm going to wait for the cards to prompt me for the messages that came through to me, and, today, the downloads. Okay. Here we go. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. Oh gosh. Okay. Control. Control of the ego is what I just heard. Control of the ego. Someone has control of themselves. This is self-control. Someone has control of themselves. They're very self-possessed. And it's not that they didn't have control over themselves before. They were made aware of something subconscious or unconscious, and now they have control. It's like not knowing that you had an out-of-control ego, or not knowing that you always monopolized a conversation, or not, just different things that were existing in that just were there, going through life with these things, and then, something brought it to our attention, like, oh, and then we handle it appropriately. That's what that is. Off the table. Hold on, stand by. Hold on. Oh, wow. Yeah, absolutely. Isn't she beautiful? I love this deck so much. Look at that beautiful angel. There is an angel. How interesting that these two cards have both wings, bat wings, and then these beautiful angel wings, these temperance wings. This is real peace. Someone has really attained a balance with themselves, I'm going to do this like the entire reading, so just excuse me. Someone's really come into an inner peace with something of themselves, some part of themselves. They've really been able to feel better, and see how the angel is balancing the water back and forth between the cups. They go back and forth until it's just right. They go back and forth until it's equal. There's a real meditative blessing here. I'm getting like blessing. It's a blessing. It's someone feels like this was just a gift. Whatever this was that helped them achieve this spiritual and emotional equilibrium. And this is also a real angel. Someone actually has this presence with them. I mean, really hilarious, coming out right after the devil card. Like, it's so funny. But someone does, it's true, but it's the truth. So yeah, someone has, it's in their field, it's in their auric field, this benevolent presence. They're attracting, since coming into this awareness, self-awareness of whatever part of themselves this is. And then this is a very powerful person. This is someone who's come a long way quickly, is what they're saying. Okay. And now we know who it is. It's the King of Cups, of course. Doesn't have to be a Scorpio, doesn't have to be Pisces, doesn't have to be Cancer, but I wouldn't be very surprised if it was, okay? Yeah. This King of Cups is Well, whereas before they were, I was just talking about this like yesterday. Obviously the same energy coming through. So whereas before they were, bottom of the deck card, justice. Bringing justice to a situation. It's justice. And then beneath that, the moon. I'm taking it. Beneath that, so the bottom of the deck cards, justice and the moon. So instead of pushing it down and hiding himself, he lost himself at some point. He lost knowing himself. He lost that inner equilibrium. In Raining Chalices, the reading I did that I just put up today talks about this. So make sure to watch that, because this is the same. The dailies are special. It's like the strongest energy wins, you know. So so this King of Cups, very watery. If not a water sign, maybe a stellium in a water house, maybe a water ascendant, maybe, you know, but just emotional, just very, very, a lot of emotional content, a lot of really emotional power here. Okay. It's like they have powerful emotions, and that ignites, you know, it's like, for instance, artists have so much internal tension. We need to just do something with it. It just comes out of us. We can't help it. You know, some artists will dissipate that energy into drugs and alcohol and partying and sex and, you know, these lower forms, you know, all these things that are controlling the artist instead of the artist controlling this force. You know, not everyone can handle it, to be honest. It's a lot of depression. It's a lot of anxiety. It's a lot of pain. It's just a lot of energy to deal with. This person has been able to sort of control this in a certain way. And whereas before it was something a little bit like this, you know, indulging and, you know, dissipating it and, you know, sort of splitting it up, compartmentalizing, and, you know, the waters that are roiling beneath the surface, he's on the concrete slab like everything's fine, you know, but underneath it's just not fine, you know, very lonely. I'm getting lonely now. I'm lonely, like being alone in a big party, being alone with a lot of people, you know, a mask. Now I'm getting a mask, having to, this, like, you know, I know that was kind of creepy, sorry, but actorish. I saw the masks, you know, the mask of like and then the face. But that's what they showed me. They showed me like it I mean, very literally a mask. This person, like, you know how they do the I mean, this person has like that kind of control over, you know, over the facade, okay? And I'm thinking they had some sort of like outlet for this. I don't know why, but the little fishy, it's the same fish in my cup, surprise fish. But he's now been able to reconcile what was like uncontrollable or what was unfaceable, is what they said. My sources are telling me what was unfaceable. They faced it. They're facing it, and now they're having a peace about it. So they're not being controlled anymore. Remember, I started with the self-control. This person they're self-possessed. They have, you know, and it's like healthy control over themselves. It's not where they're blowing it into parties and spending money and champagne and naughty women anymore. You know, it's someone, and that's what this Justice card is. And you know, this could have 4 major arcana cards surrounding the King of Cups here. We've got Temperance and the Devil on his left, and we've got Justice and the Moon on his right. I mean, and he's right smack in the middle of these energies. So there's a lot going on for this King of Cups. Does not have to be male, could be female, but these are just like it's a masculine energy with very emotional content, like very heavy emotional content. And I'm feeling like this Justice card could actually have air involved, like in his natal chart. So he could have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, significant as well here. I never say that about the Justice card, but for right now, for this, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that. And the moon could also be, you know, a Cancerian male here. Jack White. Jack White. I astrology stalked him once. He is a Cancer, Cancer moon, Cancer rising. I mean, that boy has feelings. And you've just, that's why his music is just so full. It's just like a full moon. It's just full of content, full of everything. I mean, it's just such high quality artistry. You can just tell that it's just pouring out of him. He just cannot contain his cup. His cup overflows. You know, people like that have this, it's not even like, oh, I have an outlet. Oh, I got a guitar. Oh, I write. You know, no, there's certain tiers of artistry where people can actually go into a session and just channel it by will. And I'm feeling like this person is someone who actually summons it, who actually, because this moon, I'm not getting emotional chaos. My sources are not telling me emotional chaos with this moon. The moon card is also intense creativity. I mean, really, really creative, really inspirational. The moon is the subconscious realm. What I'm feeling is that this person they're bringing justice to themselves first. There's things going on here. So the personality, something about how they're moving in the world is having justice brought to them. Because when you undergo something like this, when you have this balance between the parts of yourself that you didn't have a good control on, and then you come into marshaling your energies successfully. You know, if you have anger management issues, and then you know how to control your anger so that no matter what happens, your sister, your brother, your mother, your father, your wife, your husband, no one can get a rise out of you. And you identify it, you see them trying, and you feel nothing inside. You feel very powerful. You feel like you can do anything. Because before, that was your trigger, that was your weak spot. That was, anyone could needle you, or this person, this one thing they do could just blow you to smithereens inside. And then who pays for it? You do. So this person has done justice to their own life, to their own soul and self, and they've conquered that on the inside. And so externally, I feel like the mask is like dropped. They're using truth and justice. It sounds so weird, but this person said it to me. I looked in their eyes and they said, truth and justice. They're using truth and justice. That's how they're getting things. Maybe before they were manipulative. Maybe before it was a little deceptive, or maybe it was a little bit like tempting. Like, do you want this? Do you want this? Well, give me that and you can have it. But with I don't know. But you know, I'm getting a Libra. I really am getting a Libran quality here. Quality, I said. Libran quality. Where a lower evolved will be a little manipulative, be a little bit petty, be a little bit really witty, but getting things through sort of deceptive, means. And then the higher evolved will use the truth and justice and let that stand on its own, is what they just said to me. This King of Cups is letting it stand on its own, the truth and the justice and the integrity and the honest. That's something that I channeled earlier today. Honest and fair. Should I show you? No, I'll give you the other half. Because it's two-part. There's that, and then there's a whole other part of it. And I'm waiting for a specific card to prompt me to tell me when it's the right moment to explain it. So this person is bringing justice to this personality, this part of their personality. And I really am feeling like it's part of a creative journey. Like they're a creative person, or I'm getting creativity with the moon card here. Yes, because it's self-control. It's self-control in the beginning of the reading, and then the last card that we pulled was the Moon card, which is no control. It's the subconscious ruling your actions. It's an impulsive response. It's an instinctual response. It's a provocation. So remember, the first card I pull is always like this. Like it just puts a glow over the rest of the cards. And I see every card through like a... So the Moon and the Devil is having control over the subconscious, having control over obsession, having control over inspiration. Someone's learning very fast here. Oh my God. Okay. First, 3 cards came out, and 1 came out alone, 2 came out together. The one that came out alone is the Hermit. I'm learning to really love this card because this was like my Nietzsche card, like my thus spoke Zarathustra, like he goes up to the mountain and he learns, and he learns through pain and asking questions to God, and then he answers himself, and he got turning emotional pain into wisdom. In the lantern, there's the star, okay? There's a star. There's a star in the lantern. This person has a star. And this is like a mentor. This King of Cups has an inspiration. And I feel like it's in a mentor. They have someone around them that is more, that's wise. They have someone around, they already have an influence. It could be, for some it'll be this feeling like around them. But I'm getting that this is an actual wordy person, or like they're conveying wisdom in a very clear way, okay? With this Hermit card, I'm feeling like the King of Cups has guidance. This King of Cups has had guidance in creating justice for their life and for their personality and for their subconscious self. Okay. I don't mean to shortchange the Hermit, but these 2 cards are really exciting. Okay. And then these 2 cards are the Empress and the 4 of Cups. Look how beautiful it looks. I'm absolutely in love with these cards, if you can't tell. I'm sorry if you can hear my little stool creaking. I'm just really like, I'll stop. Okay. So, actually, let me do this. Hold on. I can't help it. I'm sorry. So with the Empress, with this 4 of Cups, what do you guys think I'm going to say? What do you guys think I want to say? Okay, remember before when I channeled this 4 of Cups, it kept coming up. This is the same story, progressed. It's an update. You see, I don't even have to try to sit down and do like an intimate, divine feminine, divine masculine reading, because it is that strongest energy, to be very honest. That's what this is. The Empress, this feminine who is everything. I'm every woman, it's all in me. I never said I could sing. I said I can write genius screenplays and act. Okay, that's what I said I can do. And teach my little, oh, I can't. Okay, so this was what was offered to this King of Cups. I know, right? It was offered. It was the cup floating out of thin air. It's like someone just said, you can have everything you want, everything you ever wanted. Here, it's on a platter. Here you go. And the King of Cups was like, no. It could be an ego thing. This King of Cups could have needed to have an ego death. Whoa. Whatever this has to do with, whatever they had to conquer is why they didn't take this. Think about it. Someone offers you an Empress and you say no. You got it. They have control over this now, and they've made peace with it. They've made peace with the part of themselves that couldn't see it. Because if you look in this pictogram, oh wow, it's actually more detailed than it usually is. He's looking off to the side, but it's like he still can't see it. not like really, really. See his little face? See? I really want you to see his face. See? He really just, he has like the sourest look on his face. He's just like, I mean, it's really, really sour, grouchy even. This King of Cups could not really, his inner eye, his third eye, the pineal gland, the spirituality wasn't there. He wasn't the person. And remember, what was the context that we've been building this whole thing up with? He had yet to bring justice to his own personality. He was not, number one, under control. He wasn't self-possessed like he is now, and he did not bring justice to who he really is. He like lost his way a little bit. He lost his way. He lost his way from who he is instinctually, like who he was born as and who he was born to be. He got disconnected from it. He just got disconnected from it. And it's this mentor that helped him. Oh, it's this mentor that helped him get it back. Like when I got my nails done in clear and I'm like, ooh, I'm back. You know, it's he or she has this moment, this feeling with them that I'm alive. I'm back. And now he sees that this was the Empress that he denied. Oh my God. Oh my God. I said no to the Empress. Oh my God. Let's see what the next message is. Just pretend it was a chair. Okay, the Two of Cups. Pulled this yesterday. Pulled this for yesterday's reading. This is definitely the same. He wants to do this. He wants to come forward. See how he's taking this little itty bitty step and his hands coming up like, it's like he's saying, take my hand. He has the cup of love to offer. I mean, he's literally holding the cup, his cup of love. Depends on where he is as far as balancing the scales and then using the sword. Every situation, actually, this person is going to undergo a complete transformation of their life because something tells me that they've been going on like this and they lost their way a while ago. They've been not themselves for a long time. And it could take a lot to undo all that. There's going to be every person in there, everything has to be not redone, but analyzed. Everything has to be looked at through the eyes of justice now. So every person, watch Raining Chalices. This is like part 2. This is, except we're focusing on the masculine. Yesterday it was about, I spent so much time on the Queen. This King of Cups has to now, and he's actually being, the Queen of Cups is his mentor. In the 5D energetically. Plot twist. I love it. Okay, but seriously, they gave it to me. Thank you. So because the feminines are going to lead a little bit ahead of time, and then the masculines will feel that connection because they're connected. So when she evolves, he feels the tug on the other end of the ribbon, you know, and it's calling him home. It's calling him to come up. Come on, come on, come on. That's why it's really heartbreaking to walk away. I actually channeled that a lot today and yesterday. Yesterday, I channeled feeling so bad. Yesterday, it just felt bad. I just felt bad. I don't know how else to say it. Yesterday was the third. I just felt bad. I just felt, and the bad feeling, it was, it was just sad. It was like a sad kind of bad feeling. It was like you have to kind of give up on someone or walk away or stay away because they are not able to control themselves and they don't even understand how they're hurting you. And it's like a Capricorn Scorpio thing where you have to, you're a survivor. And you learn that through things like this, through severing connections or putting a lot of distance between you and someone you really care about and really love. And you just feel so bad. Like, I want them to open up. I want them to see. I want them to understand. And knowing, like, accepting that they don't have the capability. They don't have the actual capability to understand, to see themselves, to see the parts of themselves that you're talking about. They have an actual limitation. And it was that bad. I was like, oh, this feels horrible. I want to feel this, you know? But this King of Cups has to go through their whole life. And if they're not on board with whatever the King of Cups wants to do, the King of Cups is finally ready to lead without the facade and lead with the justice and lead with the integrity and accountability and responsibility, beginning with themselves, starting with, I'm being honest about this that I didn't do correctly. And now I expect everyone to be transparent and honest about, you know, it's very, very, it's like the highest echelon of justice. Because you start with yourself, and when people see that example, how can they be any other way? They will like just disintegrate. And that's what this is about. Every situation in this King of Cups' life, every person will be weighed with these scales. And the inner justice of the King of Cups, you know, he's going to talk to them normal, but underneath the roiling sea, he's going to watch for reactions and what they're saying and what they're doing, and you know, all the body language. They're going to pick up on everything. King of water signs, earth signs, you know, intuitive people, really great at naturally understanding body language. So every person they're going to assess, they're going to take all of that information, right? The first thing you do before you make any judgment is you collect all the information possible. You assess who's going to be affected, what people have at stake. You know, you do all these different things, and that's what they're doing right now. That's what this justice is. It's coming from the outside. This is a major arcana, so it is coming from the divine. So that tower moment, that's part of it. And it's assisting this evolution of the King of Cups. It's assisting their spiritual evolution. It's assisting their spirituality and giving them that little push in the right direction. So internally, they weigh the scales. Okay, I can tell you're bitter and resentful. Okay, I can tell you don't really support me. Okay, it's clear you're not really on my side. Okay, you can't possibly want the best for me because you're really jealous of me. So how could you possibly be happy for me? It's impossible. Those two emotions cannot exist at the same time. And then they're going to use the sword. To cut out. Like a surgeon uses a scalpel to cut out a tumor, to cut out a toxic thing, to cut out dead necrotic tissue. This King of Cups is being surgical in their removal of toxic elements of their life. The people, the situations, the dealings, the everything, the business, all of it's going to go. I channeled today. It was really fascinating. Caught me off guard. I had a vision where I saw in the night, it was like that blue light. You know, like how can it be nighttime and you can still see? It's like blue light, like light of the moon from somewhere. But I saw the tower. And I was looking at it, and I was in the air. And the tower was here, and I could see. I was watching it, and I knew instantly, I was really hot. I knew instantly that I was a lightning bolt. And I could see on the tower, I could just like pinpoint. I was looking at one spot on like the turret or whatever, and I just knew that if I stared long enough at it, that it was going to explode. And it scared me, and I like came out of it. Thought, oh my God, I'm gonna, when I realized that I'm the fire, I'm the electricity, I'm the lightning bolt, and if I stare too long at it, I'm gonna strike it and it's gonna blow. You know, it all just like, but this person is doing that. And when did I channel that lightning bolt has to strike? That was last week. That's on a different page. But that's what this King of Cups, that's what this Divine Masculine is doing, is putting the tower moments to things, to certain things. Other things that are the really big ones, I feel like they avoided. We picked up on that, right? So that's what I'm saying. So they're being assisted because this is divinely supported. We just got 2 more major arcana cards, 3 actually. And hold on, let me put this back in order. So they were meant to do this whole time. They were totally, it's time. The energies, the eclipses opening up this window of opportunity, closing other windows of opportunity. It's all happening now. And it's clearing the way to make room for this entity, because she cannot exist in all of her purity and strength and glory. She cannot exist in that toxic structure that he had made before for himself, his own little prison that he didn't know. See, these people are not chained to this pedestal. They walked up to the pedestal, put the chain around their neck, and put it right onto that pedestal. They're not, look how loose those chains are, and they're only around the neck. And look how they can actually just go and touch it. They can leave anytime they want, and they don't know that. They are ignorant. They're totally ignorant. And just like that, this King of Cups was completely ignorant. I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean it in the honest way, that they didn't know. They didn't know. It was back here, and they didn't know. They were walking in their life like this. And then the mentor, the hermit, shined the light, and then it went, oh my God. And now they're acting accordingly. They want this union. They want this best friend. They feel, okay. See? They're walking away. That's them walking away from that which does not serve them, that which does not have their best interests at heart. This is them walking away from materialism, walking away from superficial values, walking away from shoddy structures, walking away from insincere people, walking away from shitty relationships, walking away from bad business deals, walking away from, all of that. They turn their back and they're not looking back. Not looking back. They're walking towards this. They're walking towards purity and goodness and authenticity, because they want to be their authentic self. And it's like they're in an environment where everyone is just debauchery, no one has the real good life, everyone's like, making that face. No, but now they've seen this hermit empress. They've seen this truth, this embodiment of truth and integrity, and that he saw his Queen of Cups. Male or female, doesn't matter. They saw the Queen of Cups. Somehow, there's a glimpse. I feel like there was just like a glimpse of her or something, because there was like a little bit of contact for them to connect energetically. And energetically, she's doing all this work. This is very High Priestessy, actually. This combination, these 2 cards, very High Priestessy. Some of you have actually been with this person for a few weeks, a few months, under a year, sporadically, touch and go. It could have been a little premature. Because they are still in this other world. They're still in the fake structure. They're still in this toxic dynamic with family, with friends, with business associates. I'm telling you, it's a very clashy. When I channel the Tower moment has to come, I mean, yeah. The Tower moment changes everything. It's not like a little tweak of your life. It's not. 2 cards came out. The Magician with the 4 of Swords. Preparation. Preparation. That's what this is. To manifest. Preparation to manifest everything they ever wanted. There's something here with the 4 of Swords. Give me a moment to zero in on it. I wonder if they took up meditation of some kind. They have a process. They're developing their own way into themselves, their own kind of connection to balance themselves here. They need a way to, you know, like counting to 10 when you get really angry, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, it's something like that. I know that was really stupid, but it's like that. That's what this could be. This could be someone really bringing it in, marshaling their energies, their strength in order to manifest all this justice, all of this, you know, walking away, trying to figure out how they're going to come in and make this little approach forward. But I feel like there's like another message. Hold on, let me do some clarification with this other deck. Bottom of the deck on my blue deck. I'm taking that as confirmation right there, okay? Could be boundary issues too. We picked that up before, the boundaries that need to be upheld. Forgot to shake it out. Sorry. This little part is like really sticking out and it really hurts. This person, I still didn't say it right. This person is, hold on, it's getting warm, is really upholding their boundaries. They're really, 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 really serious about it now. It's like they learned about it and they're advocate. It's part of them bringing justice into their life and into their world and into their everything is them, you know, demanding their boundaries. Hold on. Demanding their boundaries. What other messages do we have? Whoa, 38 minutes? We'll pull like 1 card. Make it good. I'm happy I said make it good. Because it's the world. It's the world. This is their cycle. This is their huge life cycle that has taken, it's literally taken this person their entire life to do this. I just want any feminines to, if you're, you might be impatient. I get it. I totally get it. You are sitting there like, he didn't want me. What's wrong with me? I hear it. I can see it. I can feel it. I know. Just give him a little bit more time. He needs it to everyone in their own good time. And when I say time, I just mean energies. He's moving through all these energies. All of these cards are just energy signatures. The energy. You know, not everyone even needs tarot cards to do like a psychic reading. They don't need these cards. These cards help facilitate, and they, you know, the psychokinetic shuffling and everything. But the way this works, and just as a little heads up, I'm already at 40 minutes. What's a few minutes more? The way this works, these readings are sort of incredibly special because it's actual energy work that we're doing here. So when you're watching me, you can start feeling a certain way when you start the video, and then by the end of the reading, you can feel a whole different way, completely different in depth, different in dimensional thinking, any way different. And that's because we are doing energy work here. When you are watching me, you're being changed. When I do my thing here, I'm channeling your energy. If this is resonating with you, awesome. These are supposed to feel like personal readings. It actually came up into... Sorry, that was me. I totally flubbed it. So it actually came up in some email correspondence earlier today with someone, and the explanation I gave them I thought was so well written that I thought I should be maybe incorporating it into my intro or my outro or in the readings that I do. So getting back to it, the energy work that we do in these readings, these daily readings, are like these little wavelets between you and I, and they wash back and forth between us in a very meaningful way. Okay, we actually, through these readings, we manage to stabilize your auric field. If you're feeling destabilized, we manage to raise your vibrational frequency. Or we manage to alleviate suffering just by you watching the reading, just by you watching these videos. We are doing energy work. Okay, so if you're resonating with these readings, if you're resonating with me personally, there's a reason for that. That's why I say if you feel like we're connected, it's because we are, That's why you can start a reading feeling one way, and by the end you can feel completely different or a total other way. You can feel an added depth, you can feel a deeper dimension of feeling, or an enlightened mental state or thought, or otherwise emotionally, mentally, or spiritually lifted. Okay, I listen, I do my energy work on this side, and I channel the energy. And it's in the way that I communicate it back to you. It's your energy. I'm channeling your energy first. So you are connecting with me first. And the way I communicate it back to you through these readings affects you because it's you coming back to yourself. I'm just the medium. I'm just the actual device. I'm just the messenger. Okay? I'm channeling you coming back to yourself, but it's coming through me and through the universe before you get back to yourself, if that makes any sense. If that makes any sense. But that's what's going on. That's how these readings work. That's the energy work that's involved with all of this, okay? And that's why I think it's really special to keep these readings free, to keep them coming daily, weekly, and monthly. And yeah, that's just that was like a huge digression. But it's Mercury retrograde, so it's really, really good to get very granular and very clear about anything that people might be unclear about. So getting back to this reading though, this is the lifetime cycle that this King of Cups has had to close out. It's a big deal. It's a really big deal. So if you are feeling impatient, if you are feeling like it'll never happen, if you are feeling, I told you in, I think, the beginning of June, that come the end of July, the beginning of August, you will absolutely know where you stand with this person. And I'm telling you this because this person will either ride all of this energy, all of these energies that I'm picking up, manifesting their own reality, achieving a psychic, spiritual, emotional balance, controlling themselves, bringing justice to their life, finding this mentor, this wonderful mentor, an inspiration in this Empress, walking away from this, and all of these energies, the King of Cups could shove off to the side. They could bury it down, 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 down. They could pretend it doesn't exist. They can try tower moment after tower moment after tower moment after tower moment. They can just go down the bottle, take a bunch of drugs, and they can just, I mean, they'll self-implode. It's terrible karma for them, and it's bad energetically, but it's a free will choice. So if they're going against this energy, if they're not working with this energy, you will know that soon. You will have that answer soon. The Leo new moon at the end of the month, I think it's July 30th or the 31st. A lot of lunar energy this month in July. Lots. So for the feminines, because I know you're more evolved and you're more on this little journey than the masculines, you know, just sit tight, and just have the compassion and the understanding that this person is going through it. This person is going through an intensely, it's a rebirth. The world, they just gave me the word rebirth. They're going through an absolute rebirth. They're getting themselves back. They're waking up. Remember when Neo in the Matrix, he gets unplugged, like literally they unplug him from those pods of that goop, and he goes through the slide and everything, and he wakes up and he's like, it's so bright, and he's like, why do my eyes hurt? And Morpheus goes, because you've never used them before. It's like that. This person is literally opening their eyes because they did not see an empress when she was giving him the world on a platter. Okay? So that's all I have to say about that, because this person is doing incredible work. And you should give yourself a little pat on the back for helping them energetically. So keep sending good energy, keep sending your love and your positive thoughts, and keep being this, you know, great example, this wonderful pillar, because I feel like they look up to you in a way. I feel like this Empress, I mean, she's sitting, like you're looking at her like this, but there is something a little bit like pointed upwards of, like, I feel like she's, like, we're looking up at her, like we're, you know, like we're below and she's a little bit higher up. So I feel like he does look up to you a little bit, if I'm talking to the feminine. If I'm talking to the masculine, then I am very proud of you for all of this really hard work that you're doing, because I can, like I said, I felt bad yesterday. I felt just shitty. It feels shitty. And it's me personally, I still love and miss all the people that I had to walk away from, except one. But I still have affection for them. You can still love them. You can still have good feelings towards them. But I just can't have anything to do with them. They can't have any access to my words, my attention, my energies, my life. They can't have any access because they cannot help themselves but betray my boundaries. And they don't understand it. They cannot understand it. It's back here and they're like, la, 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 la. You know, they just don't understand. You can't work with that. You can't work with someone who, whether they do or don't, you can't work with it. It doesn't matter, because they're not giving you what you deserve, how you need to be treated, your standards for your life, for how you want to be treated, okay? So, I mean, I feel what you're going through, Divine Masculine. I really do. So I commend you for doing the hard soul work. I really, really do. And please keep going. Do it. I'm rooting for you so hard. I really want you to do it. I want you to manifest your wildest dreams and to come into union with your counterpart. You know, keep your eye on the prize. Shoot your shot. Don't miss. Just keep going. That's all you have to do. Baby steps, one foot in front of the other. And before you know it, you'll get there. You're way more than halfway there. You're very, very close. So just keep the egg of fertility and the rebirth in mind. You could be traveling too. They said that, traveling. Okay, everyone, if this super resonated for you, one little part of the whole thing, and you want even more, feel free to dig into a personal reading. Everything you need is in the description box below. I feel like we pretty much know where we stand here, though. And yeah, good luck to both of you with all of this. Let me know how it goes in the comments below. I don't comment or like or that really much anymore, but I read all of them and I appreciate all of the updates. I really, really do. I like to know what's going on and the feedback, and the energy work that we're doing here is finding its way to the people that it's meant to find. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow for the weekend reading. Okay, bye.